What a beautiful night it is on the Madison Isthmus as we welcome you to Wisconsin's state capital of Madison, Wisconsin. 3 crucial points on the line tonight as Spokane Velocity continues its journey towards the top of the table. Meanwhile, Forward Madison searching to move above the playoff line, presented by Dairyland Insurance. John Gross with you on this Thursday night. Let's take a look at the league table brought to you by Dairyland. Spokane Velocity sitting in second place at the table. A win tonight would catapult them over Chattanooga Red Wolves for first place. Meanwhile, Forward Madison 3 points back of Texoma for 8th. So a win tonight would move the Mingos above the playoff line as Forward Madison navigates this 4-match home stretch. This is a crucial portion of the season for Matt Glazer's side. A 7-match month of August. You look back at these last 5 matches, they've been very competitive. 3 draws, so just 1 win, but only 1 loss. So they're getting points, but they've had a tough time finishing goals. Perfect opportunity here for Luca Dorado, and the side is going to try to do a bit better tonight, but we'll show you some numbers here that really tell the story for you. Look at the bottom 2 in particular. XG's been solid this year. You're talking middle of the pack in the league. But the goals dead last. That is the worst goals to expected goals difference in USL League One. It is actually the 2nd worst in league history if you average it per match. Speaking of goals, one guy who has had no trouble lately providing goal contributions for Spokane Velocity is Neil Vignoles, a league legend. Last time out became the USL League One all-time career assist leader. A goal and an assist in back-to-back matches. Somebody who wasn't seeing a lot of minutes early on in this season has re-established himself as one of the league's premier midfielders in these last few weeks. And it also helps when you have a backstop like Carlos Mirancio. This is a Spokane side that leads the league in goals against average in large part due to Mirancio, who is top of the league in a multitude of goalkeeping categories. Second meeting of the season between Forward Madison and Spokane Velocity. A crucial 3 points on the line on this Thursday evening at historic 3 Stevens Field. We'll have lineups and kickoff for you coming up in a moment on ESPN+.
Come see how Dairyland fits your life. With affordable car insurance that fits your budget. And 24/7 customer service that fits your schedule. Even if you have coverage lapses or a bumpy driving history, we've got you covered. For 70 years, we've been helping people just like you get the car insurance they need. So why wait? Contact Dairyland today.
Getting the exact vehicle you want is easy at Zimbrick Volkswagen of Middleton. Come in and sit down with one of our sales professionals and build the Volkswagen you want. Pick all the features, order it, and then sit back and relax, knowing you're getting your dream vehicle. The best things in life are worth waiting for after all. Check out our selection online or in person. With new vehicles arriving every day, your perfect Volkswagen could already be waiting for you at Zimbrick Volkswagen of Middleton.
Just about set for kickoff at historic 3 Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. Forward Madison and Spokane Velocity meeting for the 2nd time this season, presented by Dairyland Insurance. Let's dive into the starting 11 for these 2 sides. First of all, Forward Madison debuting some new kits, the Plume and Pride kit. We'll dive into that throughout the broadcast, but we'll start at the back. Christopher Garcia, a League One Team of the Week honoree, 9 duels won in the last match for the Mingos, a stellar performance by him. And then one change in the midfield. Damia Villader gets the start today for forward Madison, just his 6th start in the season. Another change is Garrett McLaughlin inserted into the starting 11, the 2nd most goals in USL League One history. Now a look at the Spokane Velocity starting 11, back-to-back wins for Lee Beedman's side. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Starting lineup brought to you by the Madison Concourse Hotel. Carlos Mirancio, we talked about him in the open, but atop the formation, it's Anwar Pelaez. What a sensational season it has been for him. 7 goals this year. The April player of the month continues his attacking onslaught throughout the year, and he's partnered with Luis Gil atop the formation, who was 4th in the league in chances created. First match in 12 days for Spokane. Velocity have been stationed in Chicago since their trip to the August 17th Portland Hearts of Pine match faced some weather delays. We'll dive into that. You see these debut uniforms, the Plume and Pride kit designed with a collaboration with the Flock, the Forward Madison supporters. It is inspired by the flamingo. The plastic flamingo is the city bird of Madison, Wisconsin. Dates back to when about 1,000 plastic flamingos were placed on the University of Wisconsin campus back on September 4th, 1979. A unique story and a legacy that has lived on. And of course, Forward Madison nicknamed Flamingos in honor. And we are underway. Spokane Velocity versus Forward Madison on this Thursday night in Madison, Wisconsin. Thrilled to have you with us. John Gross with you. Forward Madison continuing this 4-match home stretch. This is the 3rd of 4, and this is the middle of a 7-match month of August. But it's a challenging 7-match stretch. 6 against teams above the playoff line, including today's match against Spokane. A free kick on the way. Let's take a look at the keys to the match. Brought to you by UBS, the Burrish Group at UBS. For Madison, be clinical in the final third. We showed you the numbers in the open. The XG has been there. The actual goals have not been there. And then for Spokane, you're coming on the road. First match in 12 days. A raucous atmosphere at Bree Stevens. Can you block out the noise and pick up a result away from home? Forward Madison at 3-6-10 on the season. Back-to-back draws for this side. Most recently, a 0-0 draw against Naples last Saturday. Forward Madison dominated in terms of shots and possession. We showed you that Luca Dorado opportunity that found the post. As we get a look at the Flock, one of the premier supporter groups in USL League One. They're hungry to see their side pick up a win. Forward Madison just 2-2-4. Pardon me, 2-2-7 at home as McLaughlin surges in behind. Square ball turned away by Garcia. And David Garcia able to clear it away. Spokane on the counter as Lewis surges after it. And Garcia rolls it out for a throw. Meanwhile, Spokane, 12 days ago, had that 2-0 win over Avialta back on August 9th. Held just 32% possession against a ball-dominant Avialta side. And it's a similar task today, given that Forward Madison also loves to play in possession. Mingo's 3rd in the league in average possession. As a fluttering ball comes to Vern Shipman. With that win, Velocity claiming its 10th win of the regular season, as this club continues to build in year 2. Last year reaching the final, losing to Union Omaha. And there is Matt Glazer, the 4th-year head coach for Forward Madison. He said the big thing for today, the big thing the rest of the season, is just putting together a complete performance. Against one Knoxville a couple of matches ago, 2 goals, the attacking success was there, but also leaked a couple of goals defensively. Last match, keeping a clean sheet once again, which has been the calling card this season, but could not finish. So he wants to see his team finally string together a complete outing. Jason Ramos making his second straight start, heads away. Here's Andre Lewis. Heel has space and pops it out for a goal kick. Back-to-back wins for that man, Lee Wiedman, in his second year in charge of this club. Velocity's inaugural head coach. Really has liked the way his team has defended lately. These back-to-back wins, 2-0 over AV Alta, 2-1 against Union Omaha. He said that's been the calling card for his side lately, but in reality, it's been the calling card all season. Best defensive team in the league statistically. I wonder how this Spokane side comes out today, given that it has been on the road, not planned on the road, but has been on the road since Saturday when it got stuck in Chicago due to a weather delay. Ended up working out fairly well since Madison is just about a 2-hour drive north of the Windy City. I did ask Lee Wiedman if he tried any deep dish pizza. He said no, but it was a major topic of conversation. Throw in from Jake Kroll, who has gone the full 90 in 30 consecutive matches. Murphy lifts one in. Murphy's ball headed by Gebhardt, who goes down. Here's Ramos, near the tail end of his 25-day contract. Matt Glazer said Ramos has given him and the club leadership some things to think about with how well he has played at center back. He said it was a quality performance last time out. Really shut down Carson Henderlawn, one of the great strikers in the league this season, last match against Naples. There's a saunter forward, roll towards McLaughlin. Comes back to Gebhardt. Dorado. It's headed away. Forward Madison looking for the whistle to no avail as Heel goes down. And Heel does earn the foul. Aiden Macias, a perplexed look on his face. Look back at this last replay brought to you by Dairyland. Macias, who has been a strong ball winner in the midfield for forward Madison this season. Third-year Mingo, product of the QPR Academy in his native England. Take a look at the UW Health Sports Medicine availability report. 2 reported for forward Madison. Mitch Osmond remains out, as does Eddie Manjoma. And none reported for Spokane. And with that injury to Osmond, there has been that search for his center back replacement. We saw a lot of Timmy Mell earlier this season. He has started all 17 of his appearances, but last 2 matches, it's been Jason Ramos starting. And Ramos, such a great story, a guy who suffered an ACL injury back in 2022. Then last year, played 3 matches with former League One side Central Valley Fuego before suffering a season-ending injury. As Derek Gebhardt heads back on the pitch after briefly requiring some medical attention. But Ramos hadn't played since March 20th of 2024. Made his debut for forward Madison shortly after signing in early August. And has now started back-to-back matches. Fernandez. Lewis. Given away as Murphy pops it ahead. Broken up well by Cameron Miller, though. One back and played through for Murphy. John Murphy with McLaughlin central. McLaughlin rolls it wide. That has been the story all season long for forward Madison. Getting into dangerous areas, but that final moment just not there. It all starts with his ball from Gebhardt. Murphy links up with McLaughlin, and he places it just wide. And against a Spokane side that lead the league in goals against average, you may not find a better opportunity than that if you're forward Madison. Lewis leaves it wide. Lewis again. Colin Fernandez. Para hoops it out. Goal kick in the way for Burn Shipman. Lucky Opara, one of the better chance creators in the league, top 20 in chances created this season. He's been a key piece of this rock-solid back line that leads the league, 0.8 goals against average. Waldeck nods it on. Lewis. Fernandez. Waldeck. Cross blocked by Garcia. Here's Colin Fernandez. Opara. This the longest spell of possession that we've seen this far from Spokane. Adair able to track it down. It's a rare start for Damian Adair. Just his 6th start of the season for the former league champion and Defensive Player of the Year with Union Omaha back in 2021. Gebhardt couldn't quite get there, and a throw in the way for Spokane. Velocity searching for a 3rd consecutive win. Back-to-back wins tied for the 2nd longest winning streak of the season for Spokane. The longest was 5 in a row in the midst of that 11-match unbeaten streak. And if Spokane can add to this winning run with 3 more points tonight, we'll move to the top of the table, 1 point clear of Chattanooga. Vinyals. Opara. Lewis. Got it away by Kroll. Here's Neil Vinyals, who last match became USL League One's all-time career assist leader, now with 21. What a storybook career he's had. 2 all-league selections. Fernandez. Waldeck steps into space. Derek Waldeck knocked off of it, and Gebhardt settles. Second meeting of the season between these sides. Back on June 14th, it was a 2-1 win for Spokane. was also a rematch of last year's semifinal matchup. Spokane won in penalty kicks to eliminate Forward Madison. Spokane ended up reaching the final, losing to Union Omaha. But what a debut season it was for the Wiedemann squad. They built on it this year, 10 wins. And it's come with a lot of those key names back from last season. 13 returners from last year's runner-up team. Chalaka. Chalaka again, who last week was named to the USL League One Team of the Week for his 2-assist performance in the 2-2 draw against Knoxville. He did not have any assists in his career leading into that match as Murphy goes down. They play on. Pro looking for the whistle to no avail. And here comes a surging Siobhan John Brown, who rolls it through. Pelaez is offside. Anwar Pelaez. Let's see if he was able to time this run. Tough to tell from that angle, but the AR had a much better look at it. And the flag is raised, as you see on our Dairyland replay. Jason Ramos waiting for the whistle from Kyle Armstrong. And Michael Chalaka was just shown a yellow card. He's been booked for reckless behavior. There's Derek Gebhardt. Macias. Angling ball. No trouble for Opara. Carlos Mirancio, the goalkeeper for Spokane, has been sensational this season. Leads the league in clean sheets with 7. Save percentage at 76. Goals against average at 0.8. And it's not like he hasn't been tested. He is 6th in this league in saves per match. It's been a stellar season for Mirancio in his first season as a full-time starter after last year splitting time as the starter. Viadair. Garcia. Thus far, it's been Forward Madison with the one better opportunity that we did see. It was the McLaughlin strike that was just wide. Gebhardt looking to create something here. Ricochets to Macias. Gebhardt. Macias. Marked by John Brown. Chris Garcia. So difficult to break down this Spokane side. Best defensive side in this league. Madison experiencing that firsthand right here. Gebhardt taps it wide. There's Macias, drives one in, handed away by David Garcia. Elias dispossessed. Mingo's win it back. And there is Chris Garcia once more. Had a stellar performance last match, earned him a Team of the Week nod. Tremendous engine for number 11, who's on it right here. Viader plays it ahead for McLaughlin. McLaughlin slips it for Murphy. Murphy back to McLaughlin, and he gives it away. Heel the takeaway. Viader counter press wins it back. Damian Viader. Kroll, space for service. Whips one in, headed away. Murphy couldn't bring it in. So Ramos retains for the Mingos. Garcia. He's looking for Murphy, knocked away. John Brown has it for Spokane. Still unable to clear out of their defensive half. Gebhardt dances ahead. Leaves it wide. Dorado turns the corner, drives it across. Came off of McLaughlin, who does well to win it back. Murphy turned away off the backside of Miller. And finally, Spokane surged the opposite direction. And a whistle comes in as John Murphy Jr. Got some words from Kyle Armstrong. One more look at our Dairyland replay. Clear tug of the kit, and you'd imagine next time, if there is a next time that we see that from Murphy, we will likely see a card come out. Vinyals. Opara. Vinyals again. Here's Andre Lewis, the Jamaican international. Recaps with the Reggae Boys. Waldeck. Now Spokane facing what forward Madison just dealt with for the last 3 or so minutes. A difficult low block to penetrate. Something that Lee Wiedemann talked about earlier this week. You have to be able to pick out your spots against forward Madison, just how good they are defensively. Macias. Garcia. Ahead for Gebhardt. Gebhardt. Taken off of it by Fernandez. The flock wants a whistle. Here comes Luis Heel. As accomplished of a player as you'll see in this league, Luis Heel. U.S. men's national team experience, a plethora of MLS experience. Vinyals plays it through. Pelaez rolls out. Flag was raised either way. That's the midway point of this first 45. Forward Madison versus Spokane Velocity. A rematch of last year's semifinal, which was won in PKs by Spokane. Mingos navigating this 4-match home stretch in the 7-match month of August. A win tonight would move Mac Laser's side above the playoff line. And a win for Spokane would put Lee Wiedemann's squad back in first place. Gebhardt with Fernandez racing after him. Gebhardt, that's inside. Murphy. Lays it for Kroll. Viader. Kroll. Murphy. Switches wide for Garcia. Garcia tees up a cross, bounces through, Viader heads it down, comes to Gebhard. Couldn't get a strike off, and now it's Vinyals and company leading the counter. Blasted along towards a surging Pelaez. And Shipman off his line. Gets there, but a whistle comes in. For Madison have had plenty of opportunities in the attacking third to create chances, but just have not been able to find that final moment. We'll see the cross here that came off of McLaughlin. Garcia just blasting one in moments ago. Bounces through and Gebhard gets on it. It's been the story for them all season, getting into dangerous areas, but a lack of ability to finish in that attacking third. And of course, I would say the biggest storyline for Forward Madison this past offseason was losing Christian Cheney to Charlotte, who has been such a clinical goal scorer in this league last few seasons. And yes, Madison with two of the four all-time leading goal scorers in Garrett McLaughlin and Juan Galindrez on this roster. Just haven't seen that production that they were hoping for this year. As it stands, the XG versus actual goals for Forward Madison is minus 0.35 goals per game. Actual versus XG. The all-time worst number is minus 0.52, which was set in 2019 by Forward Madison. It is certainly a stat you don't want to lead the league in, but that's been the case for the Mingos this year. Goal kick on the way. And this has been the area where they've been successful defensively. Fifth fewest goals allowed. Large part due to the play of that man, Vern Shipman. Forward Madison's all-time clean sheet leader, including his 31st, which came last Saturday against Naples. Garcia saunters his way up the pitch. Chalaka, penetrating ball, makes its way out for a goal kick. Goal kick on the way for Carlos Mirancio. Rolled ahead towards John Brown, broken up well by Garcia. Heel. Waldeck. Outside of that one transition chance for Forward Madison, neither side's been able to generate much, especially when it comes to these prolonged spells of possession. Two squads that are remarkably difficult to break down. you do get the sense that if we will see a goal today, it will come via either a transition opportunity or a set piece chance. Vignoles finds Heel. Heel, through ball broken up by Ramos. Kroll. Heavy touch from Luca Dorado. Given away. Dorado does well to win it back though. Good recovery as he links up with Macias. Mingo's navigating this daunting August run. 7 matches, 6 against teams above the playoff line. That includes tonight's match. Forward Madison has struggled all season against teams who are currently above the playoff line. Just 1-4-7 on the year against teams above the playoff line. Villader. Murphy. Here's Macias. Space for Villader. Damian Villader skips one across. Broken up by David Garcia, and a corner on the way for Forward Madison. Corner kick brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, donating $50 to Forward Madison FC's mini pitch fundraising project for each home corner kick taken by Forward Madison. Check that throw in on the way. Up to head for Pelaez. Heel. Waldeck. Heel. Wide for Opara. Spokane still without a shot. 32 minutes through. John Brown. Dorado wins it away. Gebhardt surges. Gebhardt marked by Waldeck. Gebhardt cuts it. And that is over the end line for a corner. Corner kick brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management. First corner kick of the match for either side, and it's Damian Villader who will send this one in. Still searching for his first goal contribution of the season. Villader's ball headed away and volleyed clear. Fair Insurance, a proud sponsor of Forward Madison FC, is based in Madison and has provided protection and peace of mind to businesses and individuals throughout the state of Wisconsin since 1928. Villader. As Kroll makes the run. Can Kroll get there? No. And a goal kick on the way for Mirancio. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Vinyals. Waldeck. There's Colin Fernandez. Vinyals. Andre Lewis. Opara. Spokane hunting for its first shot of the match. It's a Velocity side that, despite its very impressive record, has been in a lot of competitive matches. You look at the 10 wins this season, 7 of them just 1-goal wins. It's been the defense that has led this team to success, though they've scored more than enough goals to get the job done this year. But by no stretch of the imagination blowing teams out on a match-by-match basis. Vinyals. Opara dances past Kroll, advantage played. John Brown with Pelaez alongside him. Siobhan John Brown lays it for Vinyals. Vinyals has a go. Comes off the back of Ramos. And they throw him away. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Throw in from Lucky Opara. Long toss from Opara. That's headed to the edge of the area. Heel. John Brown pops it central. Knocked away. Lewis ricochets and it's put in. Anwar Pelaez. A breakthrough for Spokane Velocity. His 8th of this season. And the first shot on target of the match finds the back of the net. A ball that just pinballed around. Watch how many deflections this takes. Heel settles. And it's headed away again. Comes out to Lewis. And right to Pelaez. As you see on our Dairyland replay, his 8th goal of the season for one of the league's top goal scorers. And Velocity in front late in the first half. Suddenly forward Madison finds itself trailing against the top defensive team in this league. As Murphy wins a free kick. Garcia. Steps towards Waldeck. Garcia skips it through, back heel towards McLaughlin, back for Gebhard. Cleared away. Again, nodded forward. Parra got a toe on it. Lifted away by Lewis. Mingos retain. Kroll clipped off of it. Garcia finds Dorado. Back for Garcia, skies one in, headed via Dare under it, snaps it central, pinballs around. A shank clearance by Garcia, Gebhard nods it and it's saved by Mirancio. Forward Madison with its first shot on goal, and it comes from the captain. And the Forward Madison all-time goal, assist, and appearance leader, Derek Gebhard. Via Dare. And then you see Garcia, the shank clearance, a rare misplay by him. And Mirancio is ready for it. And down Spokane player still getting checked on. As you see Derek Gebhard, who just a couple of weeks ago became Forward Madison's all-time leading goal scorer. Couple that with the most assists and appearances in club history. And Mac Laser said he came into this preseason in such great shape. He was winning all the fitness tests, hitting all the marks, exceeding all the marks. And that has been reflected with his performance this season. A career year for Gebhard with 7 goals. Speaking of goals, let's look back at this last goal that we saw back in the 38th minute. There were chances to clear from Forward Madison, but Spokane did a great job to keep it in the attacking third. And then it's Pelaez who puts it just past Shipman. He got a fingertip on it. And Anwar Pelaez breaks through this difficult Forward Madison back line. And we said it, either a transition chance or off of a set piece. And those Opara throw-ins, they amount to set pieces. He's almost a lock to toss it into the area when he's throwing it in from the attacking third. Anwar Pelaez, the first-year Spokane player who returns to the USL, where he last played in 2023 at the championship level with Oakland. Scored 8 goals for Oakland Roots. Before that, last year played in Guatemala as Cameron Miller holding his nose. What a player he has been this season. The Washington native who attended tryouts in Seattle and Spokane to make this team. He caught the eyes of the coaching staff. And now in his second year with this club, second year as a starter. And Lee Veidman emphasized how important it is to have a local guy in this roster, and he's tending to his bloody nose. We send Miller our best. Corner on the way for Damiavi Adair, brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, donating $50 to Forward Madison's mini pitch for each Forward Madison corner kick. In the dying minutes of this first half, does Forward Madison have an answer? We'll see a change for Spokane. It's Jalen Chrysler, who has seen a bit more playing time lately as he heads on for Miller. Corner kick from Villader. Lewis nods it away. So Jalen Chrysler, who was one of the league's premier center backs with Richmond Kickers, has seen very limited time this season with Spokane, but he comes on early in this match. This is just his third appearance. Has played a mere 7 minutes and replaces Cameron Miller as it's heaved in by Chalaka. Lewis clears it, and it settles nicely to Vinyals, who rolls it ahead for Pelaez, who has one goal thus far. Anwar Pelaez searching for a second. Pelaez, no! Anwar Pelaez came racing in, and he rocks it wide. What a ball this ended up being to Vinyals, who one touches a lovely feed in stride for Pelaez. 1v1 with the keeper. Just did not put the best angle on it. We have entered stoppage time, brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. 4 minutes of added time. Garcia. Bit of space to work with. Away by Waldeck, and Vinyals leads the charge, lost his footing. He simply just tripped. Nobody was there to force him to fall. Here's Dorado. Luca Dorado skies one. Brought in by Garcia, who is dispossessed by Waldeck. Murphy unable to keep it in play. This adjusted back line with the injury to Cameron Miller, bringing Jalen Chrysler into the match near the tail end of this first 45. Chrysler, a former forward Madison player, played for the Mingos back in 2020, made 2 appearances for forward Madison. Most recently played for one Knoxville, before that was with Richmond. This will be his longest appearance since an Open Cup match back in March. And the whistle comes in as Krull hits the deck, and it's Luis Heel, the culprit. Chalaka. Garcia. Broken up well by Siobhan John Brown. And Christopher Garcia is now down. Garcia holding that right ankle. Let's take a look at it. It was a clean tackle from John Brown, but certainly was some contact in the follow-through. Final moments of this first half. Heaved into the area. Put it away by Chrysler. John Brown. And precarious situation. And Waldeck will launch it away. And there's the whistle from Kyle Armstrong. 45 minutes through, and Anwar Pelaez, with his 8th goal of this season, has Spokane in front. Spokane's lone shot on target over the 45 minutes, and it found the back of the net. 1-0 the score through 45 minutes. As it stands, Spokane Velocity 45 minutes away from moving to the top of the table here in late August. Halftime in Madison, Wisconsin, brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. We'll be back after this.
Tomorrow isn't on the horizon, it's already here. At TrueStage, we've been building the future for nearly a century, empowering businesses to support their customers and members with what they need to thrive. Confidence in every step forward. With our range of simple and flexible financial solutions, we're not just ready for the future, we're shaping it, and we're helping you shape it too. Tomorrow isn't waiting, and neither should you. Learn more at TrueStage.com.
Come see how Dairyland fits your life. With affordable car insurance that fits your budget. And 24/7 customer service that fits your schedule. Even if you have coverage lapses or a bumpy driving history, we've got you covered. For 70 years, we've been helping people just like you get the car insurance they need. So why wait? Contact Dairyland today.
Getting the exact vehicle you want is easy at Zimbrick Volkswagen of Middleton. Come in and sit down with one of our sales professionals and build the Volkswagen you want. Pick all the features, order it, and then sit back and relax, knowing you're getting your dream vehicle. The best things in life are worth waiting for after all. Check out our selection online or in person, with new vehicles arriving every day. Your perfect Volkswagen could already be waiting for you at Zimbrick Volkswagen of Middleton.
Halftime brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. Spokane Velocity, a 1-0 lead over Forward Madison at the break. USL provides opportunities for players just starting their career and veterans. Let's dive into some of the younger guys in this league and take a look at the USL Pro pathway.
No one said it would be easy, but the USL Academy to professional pathway is blazing a successful trail. More than 10 players on USL rosters are Academy products with professional contracts. A big deal and a big decision. Why? The pathway includes options. For many prospects, that's college soccer. Finn Sundstrom plays for North Carolina FC on an Academy contract. He now has valuable pro experience, but remains an amateur player. A different path is played out in Phoenix. 17-year-old Jamison Ping, the Phoenix Rising Academy member since age 12, was signed to a professional contract. This is now his career. Andy Chapman from Phoenix Rising FC joins us now. And Andy, Jamison Ping is very special to you because you've seen his process really from beginning to its current state. So what is it like to see something come to fruition through the academy process?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely been exciting for seeing someone be given the opportunity, someone that's been on the fields with them for the last 5 years. I've gone through the whole process.
This entire landscape, big picture, coaches that are in your shoes on other clubs, all of you guys kind of in the same boat making this work?
Yeah, Liz, I think USL got a unique opportunity, and I think everyone's kind of using it to their advantage here. We should really push your players from a youth standpoint into that pro environment, and it's definitely a step up, and it's not for everybody. It's an endless opportunity for us to continue to grow.
USL clubs use their academies. Nearly 100 players have achieved academy contracts, opening doors for youth players to achieve their dreams of turning professional.
Halftime continues as the sun begins to set in the upper Midwest. 1-0 the score, Spokane Velocity leads Forward Madison. Halftime brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
We're here to support the best, the club, and the community.
We don't stop chanting, we don't stop drumming,
yelling and screaming and chanting.
Back from the dead in the 90th minute!
We'll follow them wherever, pretty much. That's just the love that we have for our team.
We want to be the loudest people, and we want you to hear where we are at.
People in this town love this team, pack these stands out for every single game.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
It's an S.
Not bad. My name is John Murphy.
Pausani Ferry Sosa.
Soy Juan Galindre.
I'm Devin Boyce.
I gotta get a couple push-ups in, you know?
I can juggle. Justin.
Justicia.
Justice.
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 Justice from the ground.
Justice from the ground up.
Halftime in Madison, Wisconsin. 45 minutes in the books between Forward Madison and Spokane Velocity. We are past the midway point of August, making our way towards the latter portion of the season. Plenty of things going on around USL League One. Let's dive into some of those big storylines around the league as we approach the weekend. How about the home success as of late for one Knoxville and AV Alta? The former 13 in a row at home without a loss, the latter 8 straight at home without a loss. And speaking of AV Alta will welcome an El Salvador giant, Alianza, coming to town for AV Alta's first international exhibition match. That'll be on September 10th. And then Greenville Triumph putting on for USL League One. The USL Jägermeister Cup semifinals will feature a League One side in Greenville. Let's roll the tape on how they advanced last night.
Thousand up now on the cross. The touches had not been great until he got to the window. Soto to his right. Zukowski as well. Soto the overlapping run, and it's not called. We are level to goal apiece. A 90th and an equalizer. Going quickly. Bernays did not hit it. That's it. Greenville is on to the semifinals.
So congratulations to Greenville as they'll represent the league. Let's take a look at some of the scores that already went down earlier this week. Yesterday, it was one Knoxville beating Richmond Kickers. Knoxville was the home team of that match, but Richmond actually hosted the match at City Stadium. A dominant win for Los Pujols of Union Omaha, 4-1 over Charlotte. And then what a comeback it was at Texoma. AV Alta down 3-0, able to come back and steal a point on the road. Have a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Dairyland. A busy weekend stretch, a quartet of matches on Saturday and one more on Sunday. And then this Forward Madison side will get right back to it 6 days from now, taking on Texoma Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Halftime continues. Stick with us. Forward Madison and Spokane Velocity, second half coming up in a moment.
We want to be the loudest people around. We want you to hear where we are at.
Oh, what a goal!
No one thought we would do what we did against Louisville. We were hot, we were clicking, we were scoring goals.
Even after the whistle blew and they were champions, forget about it. Raise your scarves, we kept playing.
I don't think I've heard a louder scream from a group of people than we did that night.
That's the important thing about this group. They never stop loving their team.
Getting the exact vehicle you want is easy at Zimbrick Volkswagen of Middleton. Come in and sit down with one of our sales professionals and build the Volkswagen you want. Pick all the features, order it, and then sit back and relax, knowing you're getting your dream vehicle. The best things in life are worth waiting for after all. Check out our selection online or in person. With new vehicles arriving every day, your perfect Volkswagen could already be waiting for you at Zimbrick Volkswagen of Middleton.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Come see how Dairyland fits your life. With affordable car insurance that fits your budget and 24/7 customer service that fits your schedule. Even if you have coverage lapses or a bumpy driving history, we've got you covered. For 70 years, we've been helping people just like you get the car insurance they need. So why wait? Contact Dairyland today.
Halftime just about in the books. Spokane Velocity leads Forward Madison 1-0. Brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. First half brace. A look at our first half statistics powered by Rhyme. Forward Madison a slight edge in shots, Otherwise, the numbers are very even. Mingos do have a 2-0 edge in terms of corners, but the one statistic that matters the most, the one at the top of your screen, Spokane, a 1-0 edge through 45 minutes. Teams switch sides. Mingos rocking these Plume and Pride kits for the first time. They were just unveiled earlier today, and they were designed in collaboration with the Flock, the overarching Forward Madison supporters group. Kits are inspired by the Flamingo, a deep and storied history of flamingos, plastic flamingos in particular, in Madison, Wisconsin, dating back to 1979 when a prank was pulled and about 1,000 of the plastic flamingos were put on the University of Wisconsin campus. They've stuck in the city ever since. And away we go, final 45 minutes as Spokane Velocity looks to rack up a third straight win and move to the top of the table. Meanwhile, Forward Madison looking to end a 4-match winless run and move above the playoff line. Michael Chalaka moves it to Mirancio. Chalaka is very comfortable with those long balls. We saw a couple matches ago against Knoxville. Had a precise assist to Garrett McLaughlin and a ball that he sent in from right around where he just served that last feed in. No changes for Mac Glazer and Lee Veidman at halftime. Ramos tagging the ball, stabbed away. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez gives it away, Gebhard jockeys his way on. It's tapped forward. Murphy surges. Lays it wide for Garcia. Garcia drives one across. Nodded out by Lewis, settled by Macias. Kroll back towards Macias, sniffed down well. Garcia. Waldeck got him. Garcia works on Waldeck. Garcia plays it central. Lifted away by Chrysler. And a corner on the way. Jalen Chrysler, who has only played 7 league minutes this season. Short corner taken, Garcia. Back to Villader. Now that is played back to Murphy, who skies it, nearly caught by a fan. Take one more look at it. Villader leaves it off for John Murphy Jr. Murphy has not scored this season, but he did score 3 last year, so the Scotch Plains, New Jersey native is capable of finding the back of the net. Forward Madison entering today in 12th place of the standings. Just 3 points back of Texoma for that 8th spot. Final spot above the playoff line. So still a good chunk of the season left, and the reality is this. 7 through 14, which is last place, separated by a mere 8 points in the league table. So there is still a lot to sort out. You have that bunch top of the table, Chattanooga, Spokane, Knoxville. But the rest of the way, there's a pretty competitive bunch, bottom half of this league table. Kroll leaves it wide. McLaughlin. McLaughlin again. Out for Kroll. McLaughlin to the overlap. Kroll keeps it away from him. Chalaka finds Macias. Forward Madison looking for the handball to no avail. And it's Vignoles who leads the charge. Options on both sides. Nil Vignoles continues his journey. Finds Siobhan John Brown towards the back post and sails it away from Pelaez. Look at our Dairyland replay. John Brown just out of the reach of Anwar Pelaez. Siobhan John Brown, the Grenada national team member who played every minute of Grenada's 2 June World Cup qualifying wins. His Grenada side fell just short of moving on to the 3rd and final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. He had goal differential, but an admirable effort for the Grenada national team. Here's Macias. Links up with McLaughlin. McLaughlin dispossessed. Offside flag was raised. Kroll wins the first ball. Gebhardt nods on. Derek Waldeck. Space to carry. Pelaez goes down. No whistle as Ramos wins it away. Macias gives it away. It's Heel. As Pelaez rolls in pain. Continued play with Anwar Pelaez on the turf. Here comes Garrett McLaughlin. They surge wide. It's played central towards Dorado. Comes out to Kroll. Kroll pings one across. Garcia, can he get there? Yes. Macias dodges one. Still Macias. Now he loses it, and it's Lewis. Creativity has not been there for forward Madison, the attacking third, though. You can give a lot of that credit to this Spokane Velocity defense. Leading the league in goals against average, a near 0.8 goals conceded per match. John Brown dashes inside, slips it across for Heel. Luis Heel. Flicked in, Ramos heads it clear. Lewis. Heel. Pokes it across, Ramos again heads it free. Waldeck switches for Lucky Opara. Opara's cross skips through unscathed, and it heads down to the Mingos. It's a lovely night in Madison, Wisconsin. 70 degrees. Nearly 10 minutes through in the start of this second half. Macias. Jake Kroll. Shalaka. Garcia. Skies one. It's brought in. Adair drives it central, headed away. Murphy and Pelaez collide, and Pelaez whistled. Free kick on the way for forward Madison. Quickly taken by Murphy. Shalaka. Macias. Wide for Kroll, space for service, sends it in. Gebhardt got a head on it. 1-2 is ripped wide. It did take a deflection, and a corner kick won by forward Madison. Corner kick brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management donating $50 to Forward Madison FC's mini pitch fundraising project for each home corner kick taken by Forward Madison.
Spokane velocity substitution in the 56th minute. Coming off the field, number 17, Siobhan John Brown. Coming on the field, number 15, Ish Joe.
Spokane making a pair of changes. Ish Joe will come on. He replaces Siobhan John Brown, and also entering is Bryce Meredith, just his 7th appearance of the season for the Raleigh, North Carolina native. Comes on for Neil Vignoles. Meanwhile, for Jome, this is the 17th appearance of the season for the defender who was born in the Gambia. Has MLS experience with Minnesota United and Portland. Corner in from John Murphy. Murphy's ball headed away. Macias settles, strikes. Comes the opposite direction, but Garcia retrieves. Shalaka. Macias. Jake Kroll pings it on. Macias drives it across. It's recovered by Villader, who finds Kroll on the overlap. Kroll's ball headed out of there by Garcia. Mad dash, and forward Madison cannot retain. Michael Shalaka has been such a key piece of this forward Madison side. Matt Glazer said he has a huge affinity for Shalaka, says that he reminds himself of himself. He says he shares the same intensity, emotion that Matt Glazer has. And as Matt Glazer says, I have a lot of time for guys like that. Kroll. Macias. Ramos. Switches for Garcia. Garcia, it's a rolling ball that's looped away. Garcia again. Attacks on Waldeck. Somehow stays with it and wins a corner. Chris Garcia. Match in, match out, leaves it all on the pitch. Somebody who Matt Glazer knows from his days with Real Salt Lake in MLS, where he coached Garcia. It's another Canopy Wealth Management corner kick. Stays in the area, comes out to Murphy. Murphy hoping for an angle. Garcia steps into space. Garcia unleashes, and Mirancio has the save. Second save of the match for Carlos Mirancio. As we look at our Dairyland replay, looked like Ish Jome got a piece of that as well. Looping ball for the aforementioned Jome. And he couldn't quite get there. Now we're through. Spokane, the 38th minute goal by Anwar Pillai is the difference. Velocity, half an hour away from a third consecutive win and a trip to the top of the table. Murphy. Angles for Garcia, volleys it in, brought down by Gebhard. Kept by the Mingos, Murphy strike no. Garcia maneuvers his way free. Garcia sends it across. Opara heads it free. And Meredith rolls forward. And Heel will slow things down. Pelaez battles with Ramos, who is so sturdy, and Ramos now letting Pelaez hear it. Those two jawing back and forth. As McLaughlin carries. Taps for Gebhard. McLaughlin. Gebhard. Flag is raised. Oh, Madison, after trailing in the possession category at halftime, now holding the edge, 55% possession for the match, 70% possession in the first 17 minutes of this half. Madison, a possession-based squad, and interesting to look at the possession numbers and see how those numbers translate to on-field success. Outside of AV Alta, the majority of teams above 50% average possession are below the playoff line. And you actually look at the team who's atop the table in Chattanooga, a historically low average possession. Would be the lowest in League One history if it finishes where it is right now, about 34, 35%. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Jome nods for Meredith, broken up by Ramos, who continues to impress. Somebody playing on a 25-day contract, hoping to have that contract extended. Mitch Osman's injury dealing a notable blow to this back line for forward Madison, but Ramos has filled in admirably these last few weeks. Garcia, a lovely bit of skill through two. Played ahead for Toronto, rolls it on frame. No trouble from Mirancio. That is better, though. Forward Madison a bit quicker, a bit more decisive when that ball gets into that final third. And it's the willingness from Garcia to take on multiple defenders that opens the door to that strike from Dorado. Garcia. Murphy. Macias. Jake Kroll. Villadar. Sprays it across. Takes a deflection. Oh, Dorado was there. Goal kick on the way. Dorado seemingly had that ball coming right to him. And how about this? The rare quadruple substitution. Nico Brown, Devin Boyce, Isaac Anking, and Faraday Souza will all make their way on the pitch. So Nico Brown, who has primarily been a starter this season, comes on. Devin Boyce was a starter pre-injury. He enters as well, the former All-League player. You see Faraday Souza on your screen, his 16th appearance for the 13th year professional. Isaac Anking, the fourth of that quartet. Player on loan from USL Championship side Rhode Island. Battling back from an ACL injury last August, just over a year ago. Anking. Take a look at the changes brought to you by Festival Foods. Here is Nico Brown. Gives it away. Elias goes down. Free kick on the way for Spokane. So the 4 changes for Forward Madison. Interesting to see how Forward Madison lines up. When Brown starts with Garcia in there, Brown has been playing primarily on the right flank. Though he's lining up on the left side, looks like Boyce will occupy the right flank. Here's Nico Brown. Isaac Anking, who did not play last match. Remember, this is a busy month for Forward Madison, so we've seen some squad rotation as Ramos pops it ahead. Souza leaves it for Chalaka. Here's Boyce. Anking. Links up with Souza. Souza drives it across. Popped away. Heel battles his way into a foul, and a free kick on the way. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all of your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. "20 minutes remain. Spokane's 38th minute goal by one of the league's top strikers, Anwar Pillai, is the difference thus far. Brown, it's cut away by Opara. Thrown away. Stand corrected, it's Ferry Sosa operating the right side of this midfield for forward Madison. Boyce at Anking Central. Ramos. Chalaka. Shovels it wide for Sosa. Sosa works on Waldeck. Sosa lifts one in. Sosa's ball headed out of there by Opara. Anking. Anking again. Anking. Chalaka. Macias. Dorado rolls it ahead. Waldeck breaks it up, and a free kick awarded. Just outside the area. This is from a threatening spot for forward Madison. And just given how compact Spokane is playing at this point of the match as it nurses this 1-0 lead, this will likely be one of the better chances that forward Madison has the rest of the way. Anking and Boyce stand over it. From just outside the 18. Macias currently unmarked to the right. And Marancio just noticed. Isaac Anking did score in his debut in Jaeger Cup for forward Madison. Boyce leaves it for Anking, who puts it off the wall. Sosa flutters one in. Cross central and wide for a goal kick. Two changes for Spokane Velocity. Nico Brett and Masango Akale will head on for Velocity. Akale heads on for his 15th appearance of the season, the Minneapolis native. Nico Brett comes on for the 15th time this year. One of the all-time great goal scorers at the USL Championship level. Second most goals in USL Championship history. It's just shy of 100 between the Championship and League One in his storied professional career. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, your live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Brett finds Kroll. Boyce. Wide for Brown. Brown drives it in. Brown's ball headed down and tapped wide. It's again a corner. Faraday Souza leaping to win the aerial duel. Look at our Dairyland replay. And when you play a squad that is so compact, so difficult to break down, it takes those moments like what we saw from Devin Boyce. Being willing to take on defenders, draw eyeballs. It's a Canopy Wealth Management corner. It's played short by Yanking. Boyce drives it across, nodded away. Souza. Macias. Boyce. Souza runs out of real estate. Anxious energy in the air. Bree Stevens Field, the home faithful, hoping to see a leveler. Anking. It's cleared away by Chrysler. Really into the stands at Bree Stevens. This is a historic venue. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's a venue that opened back in 1926. The great Jesse Owens ran here in an exhibition race back in 1938. 3 NFL games were actually played here between 1927 and 1931. And the first ever night baseball game in Wisconsin was played here at Bree Stevens Field. Now home to forward Madison. Kroll sends it in, headed wide. Isaac Anking grazed that just wide. And forward Madison will send on one of the most clutch goal scorers in USL League One history, Juan Galindres. He's only scored 1 goal this season, but he has the 3rd most goals in league history. He also had that sensational finish, one of the best goals we saw all of last year. And he heads on. Can he be the difference maker for forward Madison? Second-year Mingo, who scored 6 last year. That last goal you just saw was a Sports Center top 10 goal. Somebody with a long playing career, including time in Mexico with Dorados de Sinaloa, where he was coached by the legendary Diego Maradona. Brown. Here's Ramos. Chalaka. He had an assist from this very spot a couple of matches ago. It's a poor giveaway by Chalaka. Waldeck's ball. Probably had a touch on it. Gebhardt tangled up in a free kick on the way. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Boyce floats it ahead. Brown just out of his reach. Final 10 minutes of this match. The 38th minute goal, the decisive moment. Boyce. Souza. Galindrez. His first touch of the night. Galindrez wins a corner. Verity Sosa will race over to send this in. At least just to place it down. Will be Anking to send this across.
Presented by Canopy Wealth Management.
Canopy Wealth Management corner kick. Isaac Anking drives it in. Anking's ball stays in the area. Brett nods it away. Akale nearly gave it away as Waldeck clears. Anking. Kroll. Nico Brown. Jake Kroll again. Back for Brown. Kroll leaves it wide. Souza attacks Waldeck. Souza tapped out. Stays with forward Madison. And Souza rearing up for a long toss. Kyle Armstrong breaking things up inside the 18. Dorado and Jome were jawing. Souza heaves it in. Hops around, Mingo's looking for a handball. No whistle. Souza unleashes again, and Mirancio hauls it in. Let's take a look at our Dairyland replay. Let's see. Did it hit his arm or the upper right corner of his chest? Looks like it may have met between both of them. Mingo's not pleased. And it's a yellow card against Devin Boyce. Headed out by Souza. A throw for Spokane and a chance for this Velocity backline to have a bit of a breather after playing on its heels for the lion's share of this second half. Forward Madison, 75% possession in the second half as Heel is offside. Final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Now remember, a couple matches ago, Forward Madison was trailing against the other top defensive team of the league alongside Spokane, Knoxville. Those two teams have tied for the fewest goals conceded, and the Mingos had a stoppage time equalizer. And they repeat history. It's Kroll, unleashes, and sails it for a goal kick. Let's take one more look. Jake Kroll, just one goal this season. You don't often see the center back shoot it like that. Fernandez, Heel. Luis Heel, just moments ago, issued a yellow card. So Heel booked in the latter portion of this match. Joe. Galindrez does well to break it up. Popped ahead, Akale surges after it, and Shipman gets there first. And King couldn't get there, Brett is whistled. Final minutes, Souza links up with Gebhardt. Gebhardt rolls ahead, great read by Opara. Spokane continuing to absorb blow after blow. Boyce. Dorado. There was a whistle. Goes in favor of Velocity. Spokane just minutes away from winning a match in which it has recorded a mere one shot on goal. But that's just how good this team is defensively. And if this result stands, it would be Spokane's 8th win out of its 11 wins by 1 goal. Thin margins this season for Velocity, but they are picking up wins, and that's what matters most. Here's Ramos. Chalaka with Brett applying some pressure. Anking. Souza. Faraday Souza. Back for Anking. Space for service. Anking sneaks one in. Directed right back where it came from. Anking, second try. This time, had it away. Heel gets there and clears. Brown brings it central. Dorado. Handball against forward Madison. We have entered stoppage time. Stoppage time brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. We have 6 minutes of added time. Ample time for some drama in Madison. Goes win a free kick. Boyce pleading his case. Here's Souza. Boyce. Kroll. Nico Brown. Brown overpowers it. A goal kick for Mirancio. Nico Brown has primarily been a starter this season, but came on as a sub today. Forward Madison playing at its 5th match in the month of August already, averaging a match every roughly 4 or so days. Mac Glazer said his team's in an okay place in that regard, given that they are getting some healthy bodies back. It's been an injury-plagued campaign for the Mingos, which has made it difficult for this team to develop that connectivity, especially in the attacking third. But Mac Glazer said just getting the healthy bodies back is allowing us to rotate guys, allowing us to keep players fresh. Brown, one of those guys who was rotated out of the starting 11 today. Free kick for Spokane. Brett gives it away. Souza. Deflects to Ramos. Ramos, hard tackle. As he rips down Fernandez. Madison, another important test coming up next match against a Texoma side that is 3 points ahead of the Mingos. Currently in 8th place, that 8th and final playoff spot. That match will be played on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Spokane will play at One Knoxville. 2 top defensive teams going at it on August 30th. Garcia. All the way to Burn Shipman. All at the feet of Shipman, who was a forward growing up until the age of about 9 or 10, when his youth team goalkeepers both got injured. His coach put him in at goalie. He's been there ever since. Both teams asking for it, and Velocity claim it. Jome. Souza chests it ahead, blasted clear. Brett races after it. Strong hold-up play from the veteran striker. Akale rolls it on for heel. Shipman called off his line. Final ticks of the clock in Madison, Wisconsin. Will Spokane hang on, or does forward Madison have some Mingo magic in store? Gebhard, the captain. Brown. Kroll is cross blocked by Bryce Meredith, the first-year pro who signed a season-long deal after starting off on a short-term contract. Kroll, space to send one in. Brown, it's a goal kick. And that may just do it. One clearance away for Spokane, and Velocity on the doorstep of a third straight win. This would be its 8th clean sheet of the season. Mirancio in particular, who has started every league match this season, would secure his 8th clean sheet, which leads the league. Boyce. Free kick for the Mingos. This possibly the final kick of the ball in this first half. Might as well send everybody forward. Anking will take it. Isaac Anking. Deep into stoppage time. Anking plays it on, headed away. Brett lofts it forward, and nobody's back defensively. Akale, caught up by Galindrez. Great hustle, but there's the whistle. Spokane Velocity accelerates to the top of the table. 1-0 the final as Lee Wiedman's side secures its league best 8th clean sheet of the season. And it's victory number 11 for the second-year club. A third straight win, the second longest winning streak of the season for Lee Wiedman's squad. Now 38 points to the top of the table they go. Let's take a look at our play of the match, brought to you by Dairyland Insurance. And it was the goal, the only goal we saw, and also Spokane's only shot on target. It's Pelaez who sticks it just past Shipman, who got his right hand on it. Could not direct it away. Now a look at our man of the match, brought to you by Festival Foods. It's John Murphy. He led this forward Madison side with 3 shots. A stellar day in the midfield for him, but his Mingo side falls short. We'll put a bow on things after this. Spokane Velocity, the 1-0 win in Madison.
Tomorrow isn't on the horizon, it's already here. At TrueStage, we've been building the future for nearly a century, empowering businesses to support their customers and members with what they need to thrive. Confidence in every step forward. With our range of simple and flexible financial solutions, we're not just ready for the future, we're shaping it, and we're helping you shape it too. Tomorrow isn't waiting, and neither should you. Learn more at truestage.com.
1-0 the final score. Spokane Velocity claims the win over Forward Madison. Now in our post-game, brought to you by Rhyme. Velocity moving to 11-3-5 on the season with this win. Let's roll the tape on the match. That was Forward Madison had its best chance early. Our full-time highlights brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. Garrett McLaughlin had a lot of net to work with. Could not sneak it past Mirancio. On to the 38th minute, the long toss by Opara. Pinballs around. Headed away. And then it's Andre Lewis who finds Anwar Pelaez. Pelaez with his 8th goal of the season. Made it 1-0 in the 38th. We go on to the 60th after a barrage of possession for Forward Madison. Trying to sneak through this seemingly impenetrable back line. Chris Garcia let one fly. 15 shots for Forward Madison, plus 11 in that category, plus 3 in shots on target. Dominated possession, especially in the second half of the match. 70% possession in the second half, 60% possession for the match. 7-0 in terms of corners. Those final stats brought to you by Rhyme. And again, the final score, 1-0 Spokane Velocity. So Spokane picks up the win, a third straight victory. Now atop the table with 38 points, moving to 11-3-5. Forward Madison winless in 5 straight, now at 3-7-10. A huge thanks to all of you for joining us. For our entire fantastic crew, I'm John Gross saying so long. This has been USL League One.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.